Hello everyone, and in this video we're going to talk about the life cycle of a plant. So this picture shows a good diagram of the life cycle of the plant. So first we start with our seed. We put our seed in the ground, in the soil, and we give it the nutrients it needs to grow. Then once it starts to grow, it starts getting roots. So this little white thing right here is starting to get roots. And this is called a seedling. So it's starting to develop roots, and those roots are starting to take hold in the ground to get some more nutrients for the growing plant. The seedling continues to grow and grow and grow, and then we get a sprout. So we have the roots in the ground, and we start to get a stem with some leaves and a bud. So we go from a seed to a seedling, and then to a sprout. So that's the process so far. So then the plant continues to grow and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It gets sunlight and water and nutrients from the soil to help it grow. And then it becomes the plant. We get the flowers on it, or if it's a plant that has fruit, we get fruit on it. And then the process continues. We've talked about how the function of the flower is to produce seeds to make new plants, which is why the cycle continues. Because once this plant dies, the seeds get put back into the earth and we start again with a seed, and it keeps going in a circle. So we have a seed, then a seedling, then a sprout, and then a plant, and it just keeps going. So now we're going to read a book together. The title of our book is Plant Life Cycles. This book is nonfiction, which means that this information in this book is true. This is a nonfiction book. Every living thing begins, can reproduce, and dies. In many plants, this life cycle begins with a seed. So here's the seed. Here's some other seeds. And again, we talked about how we start with a seed with our life cycle. A seed holds the beginnings of a plant's first roots, stem, and leaves. So here we have our seed. And then we said roots begin to grow, and the roots grow bigger. As you can see, the roots are getting longer right here. And then a stem begins to grow. So we're starting to get a little bit of a sprout right here. And then we have our plant. So we start with our seed, and the cycle slowly moves to a full plant. Some plants begin from a bulb. Bulbs grow roots, stems, and leaves too. So an onion plant begins from a bulb. So a bulb is similar to a seed, but it has a different name, and it is a little bit different than a seed. But again, some plants can begin from a bulb. The tiny plant grows. Roots make a strong base. They take in water and nutrients from the soil. So here are our roots. You can see them. They're in the ground, and we said that they act like sponges, sucking up the water and nutrients from the soil. And then coming up from the ground, we have our stem and our leaves. So here we can see the stem, the leaves, and the roots. The first shoot becomes a strong stem. The stem carries water and nutrients to the plant and holds up the leaves. So here was our stem. We said that the stem is kind of like a straw. It brings nutrients from the soil to other parts of the plant, and it also holds the plant upright. Leaves use sunlight, air, and water to make food for the plant. So we've talked about how the leaves are responsible for making the food for the plant so that it can survive. It uses the sun and air and water to make food, and we called that photosynthesis. Some plants make flowers. Plants make seeds inside their flowers. So again, we talked about the function of the flower is to make seeds for new plants. When they are ready, some seeds fall to the ground. Animals or the wind will carry other seeds to new places to grow. At the end of the life cycle, plants die, their bodies decay. New plants will grow in their place. So see, we have an acorn. The acorn sprouts, and then we start to get a young tree to grow, and it just gets bigger. And then the tree makes flowers and acorns, and after many years, the tree dies, and it continues. The process continues. All right, so again, let's go back to this. We start with a seed in the ground. Then it starts to grow some roots and becomes a seedling. Then once it gets more roots and it starts to grow a stem, we have a sprout. And then it continues to grow and we have a plant. All right, thanks for watching.